Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is one of my super favorite workshops, and it's all about detoxing and getting all the obesogens. And I don't know if that's a new word for you, but it's a recently new word for me that I learned through one of my favorite health coaches. And I realized that these obesogens are blocking our health and our weight goals. Because if you're like me, you're after really high altitude levels of health and just maintaining good, healthy weight. So, we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to uncover where they're coming from and how they're affecting our mechanism and preventing us from reaching our goals. So, this is me and my grandparents. I wanted to share a different picture because I always share me and my family, but that's little me in my 70s overall. And I got started in this journey because in 2010, I got diagnosed with cancer. And that just opened up a whole new way of life for me. I started realizing that all these little things that were impacting my health were adding up and creating a lot of toxicity in my body. And so it was really cool because I connected with a holistic health provider, and he had me do a cleanse. And I started cleansing and I started using supplements, and my life really turned around. I was so super blown away with the results and the energy, the stamina, and just overall how I was feeling. It was truly magnificent. So now I spent my days being very focused on preventing myself from being contaminated by most toxins, but some of those I can't really control. And so we have some tools we're going to talk about today that are going to help us to get rid of those toxins that are sitting in our cells. So let's talk a little bit about what are obesogens. So these are endocrine disrupting chemicals, and they resemble our natural hormones, and they disrupt our endocrine function by interfering with the body's endogenous hormones. A subset of these obesogens have been found to cause metabolic disruptions such as increased fat storage in vivo. That means they actually weren't using animals to test this, it was real people. And then obesogens act on the metabolic system through multiple avenues and have been found to affect the homeostasis of a variety of systems, such as the gut microbiome and the adipose tissue functioning. So adipose is your fat tissue. So that's where we're looking at this, like how is it affecting, how is it blocking us, and how do we stop it? So what are these horrific obesogens? Where are they coming from? And I made a small list, and I took some samples, and that's what I want to talk to you about, because I want you to be aware of these and I want you to block them as much as you possibly can. So again, these are substances that are interfering with our endocrine system, and that's all our hormones, and they're producing adverse developmental, reproductive, neurological, and immune effects in our bodies and in wildlife. So some of those are called phthalates, and those are the chemicals they use to make plastics more flexible, and they are in our personal care products like our fragrances, lotions, deodorants, shampoos, conditioners, toothpaste, all these things that we're putting on. A lot of our makeup has these chemicals. And so we want to be really, really careful in making sure that we're reading labels. Like yesterday, I was at the store buying some stuff, and I was wearing, because they make it so small that I don't use eyeglasses, but I have to take my glasses when I go shopping because all the ingredients are so tiny, but you want to read them and you want to make sure that phthalates are not part of that. Then BPA is used in the production of polycarbonate plastics and epoxy resins. And these are like plastic bottles. So I never, like, I always have my glass bottle with me, and I fill it up at home with my filter. And so you want to make sure you're always drinking in glass, ladies, and even sometimes just recycle your glass jars. Also, canned food linings have these chemicals in them. And of course, we all know that flame retardants are super, super toxic, and they're used in furniture, electronics, and textiles to prevent fires. So we would think if something says, fire retardant or fire whatever names they put in there, that it will be really good because that means we're not going to catch on fire. But realistically, like, how many times have we caught on fire or been around fire? So we want to avoid those types of materials and older furniture and older mattresses. So make sure that all your stuff, you're checking into the way that it's being made. Another one is the PFAS. And these are huge, ladies. I just talked to this girl this week, and she has thyroid issues, and we went through a whole list of what she's doing. And she said, yeah, I use Teflon. Well, Teflon has PFAS. These are non-stick cookware, stain-resistant fabrics, and water-resistant materials. You want to get away from all that, and make sure if you're buying clothing, ladies, I don't know if you can see my shirt, but all my clothing is all natural fibers like cotton, linens, wool, and I don't go for any of the synthetic chemically made like polyester, and all those release chemicals. So we want to avoid those, especially when we're sweating. Our pores open up, and then the chemicals, the plastics in our clothing are going into our cells, our delicate cells. So we want to avoid all that. And then we also have organophosphate pesticides, and these are used to kill insects. So if you are going to use a pesticide in your home, make sure it's all natural, and don't use anything to kill weeds and all that, because all that is contaminating not just us, but also our wildlife. So we want to make sure we buy organic fruits, because all the non-organic fruits have all these tons of pesticides, and then our bodies get those chemicals, and then our liver has to process, and truly it is a mess. So I just say buy organic and go all natural as much as you possibly can. So obesogens and obesity. So we want to make sure that we identify that these are real. This is really happening. And there was a study done recently, and they found out that this is from the National Library of Medicine. Obesity is a multifactorial disease with multiple, I don't think it's a disease. I think it's just a bunch of things that are happening to the person. And there's different, like I said, different contributing factors. In addition, evidence supporting the influence of endocrine disrupting chemical obesogens in obesity is substantial. And so all these scientists got together, and their final agreement was that based on the robust nature of the data from in vitro and animal models characterizing obesogens, the obesogen hypothesis model of obesity should receive a greater attention from the broader scientific community as a potential contributor to the obesity pandemic. Now, I know nobody here is obese, but we're all really trying our very best to stay healthy and to minimize extra weight. And I'm going to show you later on how weight manifests in our fat cells and what happens. But what I came to realize is that all of these toxins, the body does not know how to process them. So what it does is it grabs them and literally stores them in the fat cells. And that's why it's so hard for us to lose weight. So we always go back to this, and this is why I love Dōterra, because they're so easy. They make everything so easy. We're going to see today how easy it is to put a plan together. We want to make sure we're eating right. We talk about organic fruits and vegetables, organic meats, and just buy the cleanest food that you possibly can. You are truly worth the investment. And I find that because I don't have any, medical bills and things like that, I find that it's very affordable to buy healthy food to prevent some of the things that could happen in the future. So we talked about movement and metabolism. We talked about rest and managing stress last week. And today we're talking about reducing toxicity. So whenever you don't feel well, just go back to this, and you'll be able to guide yourself on your way back to health. So we do have the benefit of having our own detoxification organs. So let's talk about really quick what they do so that you're aware of how you can take care of these special organs, how to care for them as we go through the information, and how these obesogens affect our body. So let's just talk about the liver is your body's primary detoxifier. The kidneys filter waste products and excess substances from the blood. And oh, hold on, let me just make sure everybody is muted. If you can just mute yourself, that would be absolutely amazing. Okay, there we go. And then we have, oops, okay, I'm gonna go back one slide. There we, oop, oh, come on. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I wanted. Oop. Sorry, ladies. Okay, there we go. So the kidneys filter waste products and excess substances from the blood through the urine. Lungs expel carbon dioxide and filter out airborne toxins and pollutants. The skin acts as a barrier and it eliminates waste through sweat. And then we have our digestive tract, which processes and eliminates solid waste. So we need to make sure our digestive tract has a healthy gut microbiome for breaking down toxins and supporting immune function. So now let's talk a little bit about the foundation. I love to go back to this because it's so easy, ladies. This is all I literally do every single day. And it's so fun because I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and all of them told me the same thing. I don't have time to eat right. I don't have the tools that I need. My kitchen's not big enough. I'm at work most of the time. I didn't get used to eating well when I was a kid. Just all these reasons why people are not eating right. So I just tell them, okay, well, please do your best and then go back to simplicity and use the VMG plus. And the VMG Plus is Dōterra's brand new vitamins. They are vitamins, minerals, greens, and super antioxidants. And what this has also is it's all natural. It is methylated Bs, which means everything's been broken down so that your body can easily take it in and absorb it. It also has liposome technology, which means all of the supplements are surrounded by lipids so that it can get straight into the cell because the cell is also made out of lipids. And it also has a longevity aspect to it, meaning once you take it, if your body doesn't use all of it right there and then, because it's for the entire day. I don't know if anybody remembers, but we used to have to take the Lifelong Vitality a couple of times a day. Well, this one, you don't have to because it remains in your body until your body needs it. So you don't have to worry about taking more supplements during the evening or later on in the afternoon. It's done. The other thing that makes the VMG Plus so exciting is that it's infused with the essential oils so that you can get those minerals deep into your body, and minerals and greens and all that promotes cleansing and detoxifying. And it tastes absolutely amazing. It's like you're having a juice from Jamba Juice or somewhere delicious, but without all that sugar. Then you have the E Omega Plus, which is our essential fatty acids from the Nordic coast, all clean, sustainable, sourced fish. And that area is very dense in nutrition. So we're getting all that in the oil. And Dōterra infused it with the wild orange so that it can prevent the oil from going rancid. And if you pop those little pills in your mouth, it tastes absolutely amazing. So think of this as fuel so that your body can self detoxify and operate and cleanse and do what your body naturally does. Because if you're lacking nutrition, then your body can't function, it can't detoxify itself, and you're just going to accumulate a lot of those toxins. Then we have the PB Restore, which is a pre, pro, and a postbiotic blend, which restores the healthy gut microbiome. And it promotes really good digestion and immune support. Plus, it enhances mood because we all know that the serotonin is built in the gut. And so if your gut is unhealthy, then you won't have good serotonin coming up to the brain. So this is your base right here. But a lot of people are not necessarily just needing the base. A lot of people need more. But let's talk about some easy things that you can do at home, like me. Okay, I keep things very simple, ladies. I don't make it difficult. I use there's two options. You can use Meta Power essential oil or the lemon essential oil. My favorite is the Meta Power because it has that peppermint, it has that ginger, it has the cinnamon, and it has the peppermint and the let's see, grapefruit. So you have all those different oils with different compounds doing all that cleansing and that movement of the immune system and your metabolic system, stimulating it. So that is my absolute favorite. But if you have the lemon or any citrus oil, it cleans out all of those cell receptors and it maintains a very active, what is that called? Your metabolic system is very active when you're using these oils. So grab one of those. And then the next one that I would recommend, which is two that I'm doing right now, as if you see me right now with this little wrap around my neck, I actually have Zendocrine essential oil on a castor pack because I have hypothyroid. And when I don't feel well, I go to these two besides my foundational products. So I put a castor pack with the Zendocrine right here, and I leave it on, if I can leave it on all day or 1 hour, whatever I can. And then I take these two internally. And what this does is the complex is a blend of whole food extracts and botanicals, and it supports the detoxification of the liver, the kidneys, colon, lungs, and skin. And then the soft gels are an essential oil to support and cleanse the body's natural processes for cleansing, which are the organs again. So together, they really help to clean out all of those organs. And I love that because I know immediately when I don't feel well, that it's my thyroid, because this is my area where I have half a thyroid, unlike a lot of people. Now, don't get discouraged by that because my thyroid works by itself. I don't take any medications. So this is how I help and support it, by taking my supplements and then detoxing my body, because I'm exposed to a lot of chemicals. There's a lot of spraying in the air. You never know where it's coming from, right? So you just want to be ready and have these at home. So I just take these daily. And then a lot of people are struggling with their gut and digestion because maybe they took a lot of antibiotics when they were younger, or they haven't eaten a very wide variety of produce, fruits, and vegetables, and they don't have a broad spectrum of microbiome that's active in the gut. And so candida could have taken over, which is yeast or parasites, or a bunch of nasty things can grow in your gut if it's imbalanced. And you want to make sure you have the GX Assist. This is a combination of essential oils and caprylic acid, which helps to cleanse the digestive tract and support the gut health. I have a scientist who's a friend of ours that sometimes joins us, and she did a whole presentation on this, and it is amazing how this cleanses the gut and purifies it and just leaves it ready for you to just introduce the PB Restore, which is your probiotic. So this is really important. Then we have the Terrazyme. This is for improved digestion and absorption. So this is a complex enzyme which helps in breaking down food so that you can absorb it and enhance the nutrients that are going into your body, and reducing some of that load on your system, because your body may not have a broad spectrum of enzymes just floating around. So this is supportive. So whenever you don't feel well, what you need to do is think, okay, I need to support my body. Which product would help me at this time? And enzymes are magnificent. When I was diagnosed with cancer, the person that was helping me told me, always take an enzyme with your meals because your body really needs support. So I take an enzyme with every heavy meal that I take. And this is the DDR Prime. And this is powerful right here. This is a capsule that has frankincense, wild orange, linseed, thyme, clove, summer savory, niaouli, and lemongrass essential oils. And studies have shown that this blend promotes healthy response to free radicals, and free radicals attack the cells and destroy the cells and make them sick and perverted. And so This helps to restore damaged cells. And I remember when I first saw this product, it was in a convention back when, you know, I've been with Dōterra for so many years. And they had a scientist, actually was a doctor, who came in, and he had tried the DDR prime on cancer cells, and he had extreme success in destroying cancer cells, and then also helping the healthy cells that were already kind of either needing help or were okay to restore themselves. So it's a very supportive to cellular health. And I use this when things are, you know, needing really to be boosted up. So this is kind of like a super blend that you can use. So a lot of people don't realize, but you have the same fat cells that you've had since you were young. And what happens when they start growing and they start getting filled up, that's when you see the fat growing and the dimples in your body. It's not that you have more fat cells, it's actually the same amount, but they're filling up with toxins, or if you're eating too much sugar, if you are insulin resistant, then the cells get filled up with all that sugar and insulin. And so you have hormones if you're not processing hormones because your microbiome is not strong. So all that is getting inflated, and that's where you get those huge patches of fat, and you're gaining all that weight and you're feeling terrible. That's exactly what's happening. It's not that you're getting more fat cells, it's just that your fat cells are growing. So what we're talking about today is how we prevent all that. And then another thing that's really important, we need to know that our cells have these little mitochondria inside of them. And when that mitochondria gets ignited with all of these great products and being clean, it can also, the toxins can affect the mitochondria, and they can just disrupt the whole change in the natural flow, the fusion and fission, because there's multiple mitochondria in your cells. And so it can become damaged, and it can really create dysfunction. And that's why a lot of people are feeling very tired, very fatigued, and, you know, cloudy thinking, because all those toxins are just interrupting with the natural energy producing part of our cells. So that's why cleansing is so important. So this is a whole set of, Dōterra calls this your cleansing system. It's like a 30-day program that Dōterra does. I kind of like to kind of just do a lot of this on a daily basis. Like I use the VMG Plus every day. I use the Omegas. I use the PB Restore every day. I use the Meta Power Oil. I use the enzymes every day. And right now I just added the 2 Zendocrine products to my list. But there's a lot of people that do this as a 30-day cleanse because they're not feeling well, and they just really know it's time for a cleanse. Because they've kind of neglected the everyday habits, or they're sick and they're just like, gosh, I just really need to cleanse. So if that's you, we do have a 30-day cleanse, and you can purchase the whole thing and then follow this little page right here, so that you know exactly what day to take the products and how many of them, and then you can mark it off and be guided. So if you're interested in doing the cleanse, please let me know. There's a video that goes with it where you can get more information, and then you can get access to this sheet. And we also have one for children. So if you have children that are sick and not functioning well, we can also create a cleanse for them with these products. So here's some feedback from people that did the cleanse. This lady said, I started this regimen on Tuesday, and I cannot even explain to you all. My energy levels are through the roof. Being someone who has worked with naturopathic grade supplements for decades, I was totally apprehensive when switching to Dōterra supplements. Now I feel a bit silly. I have never experienced such a quick shift. Love, love, love this program. Here's Yvonne. Today's the 8th day of my phase 1, because there's phase 1, 2, and 3. And my 14th shift in a row, working a minimum of 12-hour days. I can't believe it, but I feel really good. I'm not exhausted. I haven't bitten anybody's head off. I just feel good. I've worked these hours before, so I know how I'm supposed to feel, but I don't. I am very impressed. So here's Diana. She said, I have to keep it up. I have always had gut issues, and since I started taking Terrazyme, I feel so much better and I'm not bloated all the time. So if you're bloated all the time, something's wrong. Whenever your body has symptoms, it's kind of like that engine light that comes up and says, hey, service the engine, something's wrong. So the same thing with your body. Any symptoms that you're having, like, you're probably wondering, hey, Val, what are your symptoms? What are you feeling? Well, at night, I feel like my heart shifts a bit. So immediately I know, because I know myself, that something is off, and it could be that contaminants got into my body and there's a block in the endocrine system. So immediately I go to my detox tools and I do a lot of self-care. I'll sit in my bed and I'll do this and I'll watch a show. I'll put my oils on. I'll take my nighttime stuff. So I do a lot of self-healing, and I believe that everybody can do that. But let's read the last testimonial here. I can't even explain in words how different my body feels during this cleanse. My sugar cravings and nighttime cravings are completely gone. I've never not craved sugar, and I feel so much more alert and focused. Thank you for all the value in this program. So like I said, if you want to go on and do this cleanse on your own, we're not doing it as a group right now, but I wanted to present this just because we're coming out of the winter season, and a lot of people eat a lot during winter and they stay indoors a lot where the air is contaminated and polluted. You have pets. And so you can be exposed to a lot of contaminants, and this may be a right time for you. I don't know. But again, if you want to do this, just let me know and I'll send you the video and I'll send you the paperwork, and you can do this at home. All you have to do is go to your Dōterra account and order the items that you still need to complete the set, or you can do whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. I wanted to share what I'm doing just to let you know that there's many ways to skin a cat, and you can do whatever you want. As a rewards member this month, you will get a free lemon when you order the foundational wellness package, which is your VMG Plus, the E Omega, and the PB Restore. And you will also get, if you have not, you'll get this beautiful shaker glass bottle with this little shaker inside, and a free peppermint when you order the foundational wellness products. And if you're new to the rewards, you'll get this adorable little sample package with some of our favorite products like the PB Assist, the Meta Power Recharge. You'll get the Natural On Guard toothpaste, the Adaptive, and the Serenity in Deep Blue, plus a cute little sticker. So those are free when you start your LRP this month if you're new. The other thing is, don't forget that we are letting people stock up for spring. All of these oils are free when you place a 200 PV order. And that's okay if your order went out and you still only had less than 200 points. You can go back and place a second order and tell Dōterra, hey, I completed the 200. Would you send me my wild orange, lemongrass, lime, and eucalyptus? And the wild orange and the lime really work like the lemon in cleaning out the body, really high levels of limonene. I use the lemongrass a lot when I have discomfort somewhere in my body. I combine it with the deep blue. And then the eucalyptus is magnificent to put it in your diffuser and clean the air in your office space, at home, in your kitchen, anywhere. So these are all free, and it's over $70 in free oils. So really, really special promotion happening. I mean, that's a lot of free oils. And of course, if you are a rewards member, you can always qualify for all the free stuff and free products, and you also qualify to earn commissions. And I'm really excited about that because Dōterra is launching a new this is a new offer. It just got announced, and I want to share that with all of you because some people are looking for an opportunity to earn an extra $500, get all their products paid for, and it just got easier than ever. And so I want to make sure I share this with you, but let me just share that next week we're going to be talking about natural solutions for everyone. So we'll go over the basics. So if you have friends that are looking and they're tired of all the medical stuff and not finding solutions, please invite them, especially now that everyone has an opportunity to earn an extra $500 just for sharing some of your favorite products. But if you want to learn more about detoxing your home, go to the doTerratraining.com and then look for the home edit space. You'll learn how to go through each part of your house and detoxify your space one room at a time. It's super, super fun. And a lot of people learn stuff that they're like, I didn't even do that. They have recipes and they have oils that maybe you have at home and you're not using, and you can put them into action. So I'm going to open it up for questions, but before I do that, I want to just quickly share how everybody can earn $500 with doTERRA every month, because that could help a lot of people either pay off debt, or it could help to start a new path of something that you really want to do with your life, or you really want meaning in helping others. Or maybe you're just tired of your job, or you're tired of being retired and you want to do something. Well, this is super fun. I do it every month and I love it, and I share it because it works. So I'm going to go through this. It takes me about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. I love to keep these classes short because we get to learn about health. We get to learn, we get to fellowship, ask questions, and see what everybody else is doing. So if you have, if you've seen something amazing happen with your essential oils or your products, put a 1 in the chat, and then I'm gonna just ask questions in a minute just to see if we have some fun shares. So let's dive in. So new volume-based bonuses that people can earn. If you're already purchasing 100 points in personal volume, you qualify for the 500. The way this works is very, very easy. All you need to do is find people like you that are looking for health and wellness, and they're excited about helping others, or they really need something to occupy their time, or they're just tired of their jobs, or they have too much debt. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I find that a lot of people nowadays, my daughter told me the other day that a lot of people that are graduating from college are not finding jobs. So this is a great opportunity for people to really find solutions. So let me tell you how this works really quick. So if this is you, for example, this is me, and then I invite Sam and Angela and Karen and Lana, and all of us are buying our foundational wellness products, and each person has 125 PV order. I just created a 500 pod. When I create that 500 pod, not just do I get paid for helping them, but I also get a $50 bonus. All I have to do is have my order and then have my friends place their order. And then when that happens, then I get to talk to them and say, hey, do you want to help your friends create a $500 pod so that you can get that $50 bonus? So then Karen's has her little pod, and then Lana has her pod, and then Julie has her pod of 500. And that means that they get that $50 bonus, and I get $250 bonus. So my pot, my income is growing as I continue to support my group, which I do it all the time. And it's not very hard. We just have to hop online and educate people and help people learn natural solutions, and it works. Now, what about if I wanted to earn a $1,250 bonus? Then I do the same thing. I help my people, and their people help their people get their pods of 500 each. So everybody gets their $500 pod. And then these people here, they get their 50. These people get their 250, and then I get my $1,250 bonus. So that is how we grow. It's super easy, but they're really cool. This is what it looks like once you build it. And I built this a long time ago, but now doTERRA is making it easier than ever to do this, because nobody has to talk about essential oils and teach classes. All we do is teach them about the foundational wellness products like the VMG Plus, the E Omega, the PB Restore, and then we help people get healthy, and it multiplies very, very quickly. Oh, by the way, doTERRA, now that we have this simpler form of doing business, they're sending us a free oil every month, and that oil is one of our top 12 oils. So you're not going to get those rare oils anymore, like, you know, white grapefruit. You're going to get one of the top 10 oils. I'm sorry, 12 oils every single month for the entire year. So Now, if some people want to double their bonuses, so there is a way to do that. And like I said, it got easier than ever. And that's why I'm excited to present this, because I know there's people out there that really want to earn extra cash and not have to be at a job 8 or 10 hours. So once you have your little pots of 500, if you have a $400 pot, then you get an additional 50. So if you're at that first level 1, instead of just getting 50, you can add an extra $50 and then you'll get a $100 total. If you're at the second level, which is 250, and you have either 400 or 800, you can double it and get, instead of 250, you can get $500 bonus. And then if you are at the level 3 and you're getting your 1250, and you have an additional 50, you'll get, I'm sorry, 400, you'll get 50 additional dollars. If you have 800 in volume, which is very easy to do, then you'll get 250. And if you have 1200, you'll get an additional 500. So you can earn $1,750 just on this bonus alone. So really, really great new things that are launching, and I'm making it my mission to open the door to see who wants to take advantage of this opportunity. And if that's you, please let me know so I can set you up and get you started and get you going and show you how to do this all, you know, as a team with me. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to open it up for questions, and we're going to do a raffle. I got a super fun raffle. I think you're all going to love it.